Good evening and welcome to Independent School District 77, the School Board Forum. Introducing 2020 Mankato School Board candidates is being hosted by the League of Women Voters and Mankato Youth Place. There is no live audience this evening, and the forum is being recorded by KTV at 6:30 on September 17th, 2020 at the Mankato Youth Place located at 709 Broad Street, Mankato. My name is Harriet Mason. I'm a member of the League of Women Voters St. Peter, and I'll be serving as the moderator tonight. Tonight there are 18 candidates running for 4 positions on the District 77 School Board. Due to the large number of candidates and the COVID-19 guideline restrictions, we have altered the normal forum routine. Instead of asking each candidate questions, we are giving each candidate 3 minutes to tell us about him or herself. We have asked them to introduce themselves, explain why they are running for the school board, what actions they have taken to prepare themselves for the position, and specify what unique qualities, skills, experience, or expertise they would bring to the board. In addition, the public will have an opportunity to meet them in person. There will be an open house on Saturday, October 10th in Spring Lake Park, North Mankato. So if you have questions, please plan to meet with them on October 10th. We will be taping these candidates in groups. The first 2 candidates this evening are Mr. Kenward and Miss Rashid. Mr. Kenward.
Hello, my name is Aaron Kenward. I am born and raised in Mankato. My wife Stephanie and I have 3 young adults, I guess you would say. Our oldest just went off to college this year. My daughter is a senior at Mankato East High School, and my youngest son is a 9th grader also at Mankato East High School this year. I have often thought about running for the school board over the years, but I have worked shift work in Mankato at my job for the last 10 years, and I didn't think it was appropriate for me to put myself in a situation where I didn't think I could attend all the meetings or make all the commitments necessary for something like that. Recent change in my job has given me the time that I feel I would need to put in the work and the effort that would be required to fill a position like this. And with 2 young kids still in the school district, I thought if I'm gonna do it, now is the time to do it. And I just always had that kind of desire to get involved in that way. I believe that parents should be as involved as possible with their children in the schools. It's just my belief that the more a parent is involved with their children's education, the better chance the child has to succeed in their education system. I mean, the teachers in the Mankato School District, I went through the Mankato School District, Washington Elementary, East High School myself. They were great back then, they're great now, but without the parents' assistance and help in that, it just makes life so much easier for the teachers. And I think that's the main driving factor for me why I want to be involved, because I think every parent should want to be as involved as possible. And this is just the way I feel I can be. I've had some conversations with current members of the board and asked them what the expectations are, what the workload is like, how the meetings are and things like that to get a little background knowledge of what it's going to take to do it. And I'm very comfortable that I would excel in that position and look forward to receiving your vote if you would be so inclined. Thank you.
My name is Habiba Rashid, and I'm Associate Director with Minnesota Council of Churches Refugee Services. As a parent with 4 kids in the school district, 2 at Franklin and 2 at Prairie Winds Middle School, I understand the importance of education, and that is why I'm running for school board. I strongly believe all students and our parents deserve a leader who is transparent, who is effective and committed to bettering our community. Our community, through trust, integrity, and cultivate an environment that is safe, welcoming, and accessible, assuring learning excellence and readiness for a changing world. What I have done to prepare myself is I have been in conversation with some of the current board members to kind of understand the commitment and the time that needs to be put in. And also, I've been directly engaged in components of strengthening and welcoming, connecting, and partnership within in my current role as Associate Director with our district's Community Inclusive through the Tapestry Project, in addition to learning more about our governing guidelines and challenges by being a member of our school district's legislative committee. I have experience in nonprofit, as being a good collaborator and communicator, had experience advocating for communities, and this is the skills I think will help me to navigate as I come onto the school board.
My name is Janet Megan. I moved here 4 years ago from Chicago with my family, and we bought our home about 3 years ago. Our children go to Mankato Public Schools, and my husband is a Mankato Public School teacher. About 3 years ago, I decided to get my master's in social work, and I completed that this last July. In Chicago, I was an elected local school council member, and so I do have experience with school budgets and policies and procedures in the district. I also lobbied local and state officials for educational funding and to change educational policy in the state of Illinois. I have over 20 years of experience working with families in the social services field, and I've been involved in many social justice issues over the years and advocating for family-friendly policies. Minnesota has some of the largest educational disparities in the nation, but I believe that Mankato is a town full of problem solvers. And having studied educational policy, I believe that I can help in this area to reduce the educational disparities here in Mankato. And if the community will have me, I would be very honored to be on the Mankato Area Public Schools Board of Education.
All right, my name is Elizabeth Radcliffe. I also go by Liz. I've been a Mankato resident since 1998. I'm employed with the Social Security Administration. I'm married. My daughter has graduated from Mankato East and is away at college. And then my youngest son is a sophomore at East High School. I am running for school board because living through these challenging times, I felt compelled to step up and work for the greater good of my community. To see to it that the district grows stronger through these significant changes motivated me. I'm also really heartened to see so many awesome candidates feeling compelled to rise up to these challenging times and be willing to serve. I think it was JFK that pointed out that the Chinese word for crisis is 2 symbols. It's a symbol for danger and a symbol for opportunity. And I feel that emphasizing equity, empathy, and excellence as part of our district's vision will help guide us away from danger and to greater opportunities. Every student and faculty member in the district should be given equitable access to resources to both teach and reach their full potential. They should feel valued and know that they matter and that they belong. It should be our mission as a board, a district, a community, and beyond to do all things possible for the success of everyone that comes through our schools. To succeed would enrich our communities, our economies, our health, and our happiness. We all do better when we all do better. I'm very interested in expanding the Grow Your Own Teachers program. I see trends that we will have a shortage of teachers in the future, especially teachers of color. This program, it inspires kids and gives them a head start in teacher education and experience. I was also very excited to learn about the Moving Our Futures Forward, which is a social justice group started by students at West High School. As a board member, I would actively encourage this kind of organizing. With the COVID pandemic, there's obviously potential budget shortfalls, so I would be watching and looking for ways to be proactive. I have been and continue to be a community activist and advocate for social and climate justice. In addition to my job at Social Security, I'm a small business owner. I've also helped organize and facilitate seminars and community conversations for sustainability and climate justice. I've done fundraisers to pay off overdue school lunch bills and led a social justice group for kids. I'm a consensus builder, and I want all the voices in our community to have a say in our direction. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shannon Sinning. I actually grew up locally in Maple River High School District. I got my accounting degree at Gustavus Adolphus College. I actually then moved out to Los Angeles, California, the metro area, worked at a CPA firm out there after college. Actually moved back to Mankato School District 20 years ago. I started as a financial advisor, started a financial services office from scratch with a large national firm. Then I became an independent financial advisor, and now I'm actually in the commercial insurance industry. I have a wife, Amy. We've been married for 22 years. I have 3 children. Chloe attends Mankato East High School. Parker attends Prairie Winds Middle School, and my littlest Mason is a preschooler. In addition to my accounting, I believe that I would make a good person on the school board because in addition to accounting and finance and insurance background, I have done a lot of leadership roles with local nonprofits. Most often I've been the president or treasurer. I've done this for different organizations like Kiwanis, Twin Rivers Council for the Arts, City Art, Camp Patterson on Lake Washington, Open Arts Minnesota, Mankato Figure Skating Club, and Christ the King Lutheran Church, just to name a few. I'm passionate about all children in our community. Schools and education are the backbone of our community, I believe. My unique combination of leadership, finance, and accounting make me a strong candidate for the school board. I believe we actually just really need to bring people together, and I would appreciate your vote.
Hello, my name is Jeremiah Meyer. I'm running for the Mankato School District School Board. I'm a resident of North Mankato. I have 2 grandchildren that attend the Mankato schools, and I'm a crossing guard. I've been a crossing guard for Hoover Elementary for 5 years, and I, during that period of time, have come to absolutely love the children and the teachers of our school district. I am passionate about school. Many of the candidates will tell you that they have college degrees and one level of education or another. I'm a high school graduate. That's my diploma and that's my degree of a public school. And with that education, I have been able to put together a good life for my wife and my 4 children. And I want every child to have that opportunity. I wasn't even a particularly good student, but I had good teachers that cared about me and that ensured that I learned what I needed to do, what I needed to learn to be able to make a good middle-class life for myself. I believe in public education, and I think the most important part of public education is the public part. I think diversity is a strength. It's not something that we just need to work our way through. I think it's something that we need to celebrate. and we need to embrace. I believe that our teachers in our school district are some of the finest in the country, and they need to be given the tools and all the necessary things that they need to give our children a good education. I intend to work very hard. If you elect me to the school board, I'm retired. I'm passionate about our kids. I'm passionate about our teachers. And I intend to always put them first. Always look after their needs, their safety before and above all else. We have a great school district. We have great teachers. What a school board, in my view, needs to do is simply give them the tools, the teachers, the tools to give our students the best possible education. Once again, my name is Jeremiah Meyer, and I would be really pleased if you elected me to the school board. Thank you.
Hi, District 77. My name is Chris Sherman, and I'm running for school board. The main reasons I'm running for school board are, first of all, I think it's everyone's civic duty to give back to the community in some way, shape, or form. I've run for city council after being unsuccessful in getting elected to city council. I spoke with the mayor of North Mankato, and he expressed my best way to give back might be to run for school board. So I took him up on that and figured that's a great way to give back to the community and the children within our community. The second reason, or I should say the second three reasons, are my three children. I want my three children to have the best education possible. That means, as part of the school board, hiring the best administrators and teachers. It's making sure District 77 has good infrastructure, meaning the buildings are up to date and safe to learn in. And third, it's making sure our kids are safe. As a school board, or as parents, we depend on our schools to keep our children safe. We expect that out of a school district. So I feel that that's one of the biggest responsibilities of a school board is to make sure or instill that safety within parents. To prepare for this role, I think it's very important to do your research and see what are the main issues burdening our school district at this time. Obviously, COVID's a big deal. Distance learning is really a dividing point for our parents within the district. Not all kids learn at the same pace. Some kids have socioeconomic issues. So as a school board, we need to make sure we're addressing those things, especially the socioeconomic part. Some kids have advantages, other kids don't. So those are things we need to address. The other thing is safety, and that also kind of plays into the COVID part, but also it's busing, making sure our kids and are safe on the buses and getting to school safely. And the third is just making sure that our infrastructure is sound. So the skills that I bring to this position or what makes me stand out would be, having 15 years of experience as a project manager, I'm bound by two things: budgets and data. I've been running projects of all sizes for, like I said, a little over 15 years, millions of dollars, huge teams. But the biggest thing is you have to manage those budgets. That's something that school board has to take into account, and you're bound by data, so you have to make data-driven decisions. So I hope to earn your vote. I hope to expound upon this in later forums, but again, Sherman for school council, Sherman for school board, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Christy Skilbred, and my husband Brett and our two boys, Jaden and Reese, moved to Mankato in 2012. Prior to moving here, we lived in Indiana, and that's where I found my passion for public education. I earned a master's degree in secondary education from Indiana University and taught high school and middle school sciences. Since moving here, my career path has taken a little bit of a twist, yet stayed grounded in education. In 2013, I began working for Coughlin and Capstone, managing their public literacy tutoring programs, ensuring that kids were reading at level. My career continued to evolve with the addition of a philanthropic role, managing the company's community giving and relations. Over the years, I have helped create relationships and partnerships along with literacy-focused events with not just our school district, but the Twin City Public School Systems and many organizations such as United Way and Mankato Youth Place. I am active in the community and currently am proud to serve on the Children's Museum of Southern Minnesota, which I have done since 2014. As a board member of the museum, I've learned a lot, and I believe that I will be able to bring that to the school board, which brings me to why I'm excited to be running to the school board. I truly believe in high quality, accessible education for all students. I believe in breaking down diversity barriers and ensuring that our top priorities are around health and safety not just for at school, but on our buses and for our student walkers. We all know that Mankato is growing and that is wonderful for our community. However, that also means more students in our schools, and I think it's imperative that we keep our classroom sizes small and that we support our teachers and give them a voice and make sure they are part of the process along with the community. Given the pandemic and the unprecedented times, the school district has been given a lot of new challenges. I do not foresee that changing anytime in the near future. That's why I believe we have to keep our priorities focused on the health and safety for our students, but also, and most importantly, keeping the highest quality education possible for our students to make sure that they have access to technology and more. I also believe as a school board member that it is very important to remain fiscally responsible. As a mother of both middle school and elementary students and a former classroom teacher, I am fully committed to ensuring that Mankato Area Public Schools continues to strive for excellence given a future-focused approach while staying grounded. I'd like to thank you for your time, and please consider voting for me on November 3rd. Again, my name is Christy Skilbrand.
Hi, my name is Erin Roberts, and I am running for Mankato Area Public School Board. I am a Mankato native. I'm born and raised in Mankato. I graduated from Mankato East High School and stayed in the area and did my graduate and undergraduate work at Minnesota State University, Mankato. I am currently raising 3 children here, all of whom attend school within the district. I have what I call this year my trifecta. So I have elementary and middle school and high school. So we've had the unique opportunity to be able to experience all 3 levels at the same time. Up to this point, I think everything that I have done has led me to the place that I'm at right now. I do believe strongly that everybody needs to give back to their community in whatever capacity that they're able to. My graduate work is in in public administration, and I have worked or volunteered in many different capacities in nonprofit committees, boards, all of which governed youth programs. When I think about being a part of the school board, I think about 3 guiding principles. One being inclusive. We really need to start focusing on children feeling as if they have a place at every school that they enter, and really focusing at closing up those the education gap, especially amongst our kids of color. We also need to think about our accountability. As adults, we are accountable to make sure that the children in our district receive the best possible education that they can. And that's not just meaning the teachers in the school. That's parents, that's community, that's the businesses, that's everybody. We're all accountable for that. And then excellence in education. We in Mankato have what I call that we live in a little big town. We are small enough where we can develop those interpersonal relationships, but we're big enough where we can provide the resources that the schools need in order to provide the best possible education for our kids. When I think about every child who walks across that graduation stage, I want them to look at it and say, I did it. I did it because my school believed in me, my school board believed in me, my community believed in me, and I had a place everywhere I went when I entered those schools. And so I would be really, in all decisions that I make, it's really gonna be guided by those principles and always mission focused. So I would be honored if you would vote for me in November. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Abdi Sabriya. I lived in Mankato since the summer of 2009. My day job is academic advisor at South Central College, where I advise first-generation college students. I have served on Mankato School Board for the last 5 years, and I've learned a lot and advocated for student groups with education disparity because of their income, disability, race, or home language. On September of 2017, I was appointed by the Governor Dayton to Professional Educator Licensing and Standards Board, the state board that issues professional licenses in K-12 for Minnesota teachers. I co-founded and I'm a member of the Minnesota School Board Directors of Color, a group that advises many Minnesota educational institutions and leaders such as MDE Commissioner. I served as the Commissioner for Region 9 Development Commission for 4 years. I'm a former member of the Mankato Public Safety Advisory Board, Backpack Food Program Advisory Committee, Blue Earth County Corrections Advisory Board, and Blanding Leadership alum of 2010. I currently serve on Minnesota Regional Legal Services Board, Blue Earth County Child Protection Advisory Board. I'm a recipient of 2012 National Jefferson Award, a Nobel Prize for Public Service. I'm also a 2018 Bush Fellow. As part of my fellowship, I have traveled to 4 continents and many countries, including Canada to our north, Finland in Scandinavia, Taiwan in Asia, and Gambia in West Africa, and learned about the strengths and challenges of their K-12 education systems compared to Minnesota and the United States, and hope to apply what I learned here for the benefit of my community in Mankato and my state of Minnesota. I'm a father of 7 children, 3 of which graduated from Mankato East and attended local universities. My other 4 children are currently attending Eagle Lake Elementary, Prairie Winds Middle School, and Mankato East High School. I'm asking for your support to be elected for a 2nd term to positively impact our educational system. And what I have learned for the last 5 years and the advocacy puts me in a place where I can really positively impact our collective equity spectrum in our public education. Thank you.
I appreciate the time of being able to be here. My name is Christopher Kind, and actually I grew up in St. Peter, Minnesota, so I am local. I attended kindergarten through 8th grade at St. Peter Public Schools, and then I actually went to MVL, Minnesota Valley Lutheran High School in New Ulm, Minnesota. After that, I attended Bethany Lutheran College when it was a junior college, and then I received my Bachelor of Science degree at Mankato State University. And I really appreciated all the education I received locally. I have a student in the district. Her name is Abigail. She's in 6th grade at Prairie Winds Middle School. And I've been married for 18 years to my wife, Pam. And we have a little dog named Ruby, who's part of the family as well. I'm mainly running, and there's a lot of reasons, but I'm mainly running because I feel like primary and secondary education is one of the main building blocks of a child's development. I think it's just vitally important that that works to the child's benefit as much as possible for their future. I'm interested in ensuring that every child has a quality education in the school district, and also that we're able to keep improving and that we don't settle. I know that every child relies upon dedicated and skilled professionals at every level. And it's important that we make sure that they have the tools that they need and have the best options available to them to support students so that they can become assets in the community and be successful in their own lives. I think I can bring fresh perspectives to the school board, partly because of my blend of public and private educational background. Also, I work for Bethany Lutheran College as a professional fundraiser. And so I work with a lot of people from varying backgrounds and experiences. And also I'm an involved parent. And I want to make sure that I have as big an impact as possible in our community. My role at Bethany in fund development puts me in front of a lot of different people, and I get to learn a lot from them. One of the main things I've learned is that people are very generous and just want to make a difference in people's lives. And I think that's really something worth considering in everybody's life because it's so rewarding. I've learned a lot from their generosity. Over my working career, I've mainly just worked with people. And whether it be in sales or public relations or in my current role at Bethany, you basically just have to listen and you have to respond to them and kind of be able to put yourself in their shoes and understand them and be able to help them get what they want. I've been calling people in the past week or so that I know that work within the district to get feedback and get a perspective on what they do in the district. And so hopefully I have good ideas. I would like to say thank you to the League of Women Voters for providing the opportunity to be here, and also the Mankato Youth Place for hosting. And I would appreciate your vote on November 3rd. Thanks very much.
Hello, my name is Jamie Onenson, candidate for Mankato Area School Board. My wife Erin and I live in North Mankato with our 3 daughters, Chloe, who's a freshman at West High. I have Cora, who's a 3rd grader at Hoover Elementary, and Kaya's a 4-year-old who's just getting started in preschool. I was raised in an education family. My mom was a teacher, and my dad was also a teacher until he moved into administration, first as a principal, then a superintendent for over 30 years at 4 different districts. Growing up and watching my dad interact with the every other week school board meetings has left an impression on me. I've always enjoyed watching the meetings and following the board from a distance. Now with 2 and soon to be 3 young children in the district, I figured it was a good time for me to step up and try to give my services to the school board. In my day-to-day job, I'm a IT director for a financial software company. My main responsibility is for this overview of our software development and project management end of our business. I have 3 distinct teams that I lead. Main responsibilities include budgeting, personnel, timelines, project management, employee morale. But most importantly, and I try to tell myself every day, is that my main job is to manage and lead. And that's the same attitude that I would like to bring to the school board. This COVID-19 has brought many different and unprecedented aspects to our lives. I believe now more than ever, we need good short-term and long-term planning as a member of the school board. Mainly, at all possible, I'm concerned that our kids are not getting the face-to-face in-school interaction between their teachers and peers. I think if we miss out on that, it's going to leave lasting effects for years to come. Along with that, some of the recent happenings within the district, I think, have just been due to a lack of open and honest dialogue between the parties involved. And those are a couple of reasons why I decided to get into this race and offer up some of the skill set that I believe I have to give it some guidance going forward. Since I filed over a month ago, I've sat down and talked to a lot of parents and teachers, and students, and just voters around town. I think the consensus is that this foundation at the Mankato School District is outstanding. Our kids are very fortunate and lucky to live here and be able to go to school here. But with this pandemic and the current environment we live in, there's going to be challenging times ahead, and I think that I would like to help guide and make some of those decisions and keep Mankato as one of the top school districts in the Minnesota public education system. Thank you.
My name is Jennifer Jacob, and I'm a candidate for the Mankato Area Public Schools School Board. I am I live within Mankato. I've lived here since I graduated high school, and live with my husband and my 5 children, ages 4 to 13, 4 of which are students within the public schools, Bridges Community School, as well as Prairie Winds Middle School. And I look forward to my 5th entering kindergarten this coming fall. I attended Bethany Lutheran College, as well as South Central College and Minnesota State University in Mankato throughout my adult years in Mankato. I have obtained a nursing degree through South Central, as well as initiated the process of obtaining my bachelor's in nursing. I'm a passionate advocate for equality within the community, especially within education. I think not only within the mental health, but also within our racial equality and within special education. I am a registered nurse within the state of Minnesota, having worked at St. Peter Regional Treatment Center for the last 14 years. I am currently the risk manager for the forensics facility. And with that, I feel like I have gained a lot of experience working with individuals with mental illness, as well as worked with individuals of many different life backgrounds. I have spent my free time volunteering within my children's schools, classroom and parent organization volunteer positions, having been a president of our PTO, which we call the BAC, Bridges Advisory Committee, as well as our site council, which is a kind of in ways, the school board of Bridges Community School, just a consultation board. I'm a forward thinker who will use my skills to assist the district in making effective decisions moving forward. I am known to bring observations of changes needed to occur, and as well as bringing those changes forward, I bring solutions forward at the same time. I am a 3rd-generation school board candidate, having my grandmother as well as my mother serve different times within other districts in the state of Minnesota. I love the Mankato community and the family-friendly activities that Mankato offers. I love the way our businesses support the family-friendly community activities, as well as the way our district is involved. I do believe that I can make an impact on our district and make a difference for Mankato area public schools.
Hello, Greater Mankato families. I am Rajni Maisari Saraid, and I'm holding a master's degree in business administration in specialization in finance, accounting, and people's relation management. Working at various organizations made me successful in excellent communications and public relations. I'm very much connected with community in Mankato residents in various programs and well known for developing visionary plans and pay attention to sections of people before making any informed decision. I'm fully proficient with strong sense of fairness, equity, and justice. Presently, I'm a non-working mother focusing on family, kids' education, and community volunteering services assigned with a schedule. I'm an active member in People Serving People, United Way activities, Junior Achievement Educator, and I'm also elected as Advisory Council Board Member of Parent Representative for one of the ISD 77 school district. Having the aspiration to be a leader and work together mentality made me look forward to contribute to Mankato's area public school system. Beyond these characteristics, I'm passionate about children's future and anticipate demonstrating my abilities to improve quality of education with proper and esteemed choices for the benefit of community. My strengths are integrity, honesty, leadership, and commitment. And my key issues to address being elected and the challenges of the role to be a school board member are to enhance communication and collaborations between parents and the school board, the first point. And the second one would be the programs focus on equity, educate students, equality, anti-racism, empathy, and kindness. And the third one would be transportation and busing service. As the population is growing in Mankato and people are coming into Mankato, which is we need to plan for a 5-year roadmap on budgeting and planning about the school district, how it is going to run. And the third one would be mode of teaching. Fourth one would be mode of teaching on pandemic COVID, kids motivation, teaching staff efficiency. The last but not the least is health nutrition service. Thank you. And I would request my dear Mankato families to give me a chance to work with you respectfully. This is Rajni Maisri Sarai signing off. Thank you so much.